Welcome to Skedlive. It's Monday, November 11th. I'm Aaliyah Marco Omene, and here's what's making news now. Today marks the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the beginning of the end of the Second World War. Remembrance Day, originally called Armistice Day, was made to mark the agreement that ended the First World War on November 11, 1918. The national holiday has Canadians take 2 minutes of silence at 11 a.m. to honor armed forces members who have died in the line of duty and pay tribute to those who still serve. Canadians are asked to wear a poppy throughout the month of November in remembrance. A service was held this morning at Humber's North Campus. Canadian food banks have seen a record amount of monthly users over the past year. A report by Food Banks Canada says over 2 million people visited a food bank this past March alone. This number is a 6% increase from last year and over 90% jump from 2019. Many food banks are beginning to feel the impact, with over 30% reporting they are running out of food. The report also found that rapid inflation, costs of housing, and insufficient social supports are contributing to higher levels of poverty and food insecurity across the country. You can read more about my story on skedline.com. Donald Trump is once again the president-elect of the United States following a decisive victory on Election Day, leaving Canada's largest trading partner with a new leader. To break down what Canada can expect from Trump's second presidency is Skedline's special correspondent, Jack Rayner. Jack, first, what happened on election night?
Thanks, Aaliyah. So on election night, Trump took all swing states, breaking what was known as the blue wall that existed between Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. He also picked up Arizona and Georgia.
What can Canada expect after January 20th, when Trump takes office?
So there's really two big things that Canadians will be affected by from the Trump mandate. It's going to really come down to tariffs and immigration. President-elect Donald Trump has promised to increase tariffs on all countries, and seeing as Canada's largest trading partner is the United States, that's going to have quite the effect. He's also promised mass deportations, which means that Canada can expect an increase in immigration across the Canadian border. Trudeau and Ford, for now, are saying they are optimistic.
And how are the markets responding?
So for now, the markets have been responding very positively. The S&P Financial and the TSX are both at near all-time highs. Now we'll see how this will continue with the TSX as we get closer to Inauguration Day, as we see what Donald Trump's actual platform will look like and what he will be imposing on trade between Canada and the United States.
Thanks, Jack. There was a surge of Google searches from the US asking for advice on how to move to Canada after this year's presidential election. You can listen to Skedline reporters Brianna Alexander-Thomas and Vandita Kumar discuss how people are feeling about the election results on skedline.com. Humber Polytechnic began its second annual Career Month in October. Career Month is an initiative by the Academic and Career Success Center at Lakeshore and North Campus to support students in their job search. Their in-person and online activities include career walk-in clinics for resume and cover letter reviews, free professional headshots, mock interview sessions, and more. Career engagement and education specialist Mariana Bosniak says employment consulting should be done in a holistic approach by understanding where people are in their lives and meeting them where they are. The campaign launched on October 29th and will run until November 30th. You can read Skedline reporter Victoria Incapié Gomez's full story at skedline.com. Premier Doug Ford announced that eligible Ontario taxpayers will receive a $200 rebate check early next year. The decision comes ahead of the province's upcoming 2024 fiscal review and economic update. The rebate is a part of a $3 billion plan to provide financial support to nearly 15 million Ontario residents. Those eligible must be 18 years old or older at the end of 2023, reside in Ontario as of December 31st, 2023, and have filed their tax return by the end of this year. The government will begin mailing checks to rebate recipients in early 2025. You can read more about my story at skedline.com. The newly announced Rogers Stadium is just the beginning of a bigger plan for the former Downsview Airport. The 360-acre former airport will be transformed over the next 30 years into a mixed-use community made up of 7 districts. The districts will be home to new housing, restaurants, retail spaces, and community spaces. Executive Director of Site Activation at Northcrest Developments, Mitchell Marcus, says the new development will become a city within the city. The City of Toronto and the developers will be hosting various community events at the site throughout development to welcome people to the area. You can read more about Adrian Glazer's story on skedline.com. And now for entertainment, here is Victoria Incapié-Gomez.
Thanks, Aaliyah. The City of Toronto has unveiled new street signs in honor of Taylor Swift's 6 sold-out shows. In partner with Rogers, the city has changed Queen Street West, Yonge Street, and Front Street to Taylor Swift Way. The street signs will be up until the end of the month and will be donated to Daily Bread Food Bank to be auctioned. Fans will be able to participate in other Swift-inspired events happening around the city, including Tailgate. The event will be happening the day Swift is set to take the stage at Rogers Centre from 1 p.m. till 11 p.m. Toy company Mattel has issued an apology after a misprint on their line of Wicked dolls listed an address for an adult website. The error gained traction on social media after users discovered that the original link was mislabeled as wicked.com. Mattel says that they have been made aware of the misprint and expressed their regrets and are working to solve the issue. People who have already purchased the dolls are advised to throw out the packaging or obscure the link. The line of dolls were released ahead of the highly anticipated Wicked film, which is set to release on November 22nd, 2024. Bell Media says that MTV Canada will stop broadcasting on December 31st, 2024. Kyle Wood, a fourth-year Bachelor of Music student at Humber Polytechnic, says the accessibility of platforms like TikTok and Instagram is how people find new artists now. MTV gave its viewers an experience that exposed them to different genres and preferences. These days, social media short-form videos are used to achieve the same thing. Canadian singer Alicia Cara held a secret acoustic session for fans on November 1st in honor of her latest single. The show was held at local coffee shop AM Coffee Studio and was a free event for fans. Cara last performed for fans back in 2022. After performing 4 songs, fans were able to meet the singer for pictures. Cara will be going back on tour on 2025 after the release of her 4th studio album. I'm Victoria Incapié-Gomez. Now for the weather, here's Ethan Kielman.
Good morning, Humber. My name is Ethan Kelman, and this is your weather for the week. Today it will be mainly cloudy with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 1 degree. There will also be 40% chance of showers in the evening. Tomorrow, there'll be a lot more sunshine with a high of 7 degrees and a low in the evening of -1 degree. Wednesday will be mainly sunny again with a high of 9 degrees and a low of 2 degrees. Thursday will be a little bit more cloudy with a high of 10 degrees and a low of 2 degrees again. And to wrap up the work week, we'll have sunshine with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 2 degrees. That's your weather for the week. Thank you, Humber. Ethan Kelman signing out.
I'm Aaliyah Marco Omene. Thank you for watching. Watch Skedlive, Skedpod, and all of our coverage on skedline.com. Until next time.